Hello everyone and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're going to take a look at some LEGO Star Wars sets, this time from Star Wars Rebels. And in this review we are going to take a look at this one. This is set number 75106, the Imperial Assault Carrier. This is an absolutely awesome set, and right off the bat you may be wondering why I'm reviewing this set. As it's an older set, it was released in very late 2015. But it's actually one of the few LEGO Star Wars sets that I haven't reviewed here on the channel. So, as they say, better late than never. And I actually owe a huge thanks and a shout out to the guys at BRICKMARKETPLACE.com for hooking me up with this amazing set. For those of you that are unfamiliar, BRICKMARKETPLACE.com is a fantastic LEGO online retailer. And they also have a very cool LEGO learning resource blog which you can check out via the links in the video description. So again, a huge thanks goes out to them. And I'm really looking forward to giving you a look at this set. It's possibly one of the most fun sets I've put together in quite some time. It's packed with features, the minifigures are fantastic, and it's just a really cool set. So very impressed with this one. It does currently retail for $99.99 and it consists of 1,216 pieces. So the price per brick ratio is more than on point. You know, you get a really substantial build with this one. As always with LEGO, a fantastic finished product, and I'm just blown away with this set. I really do enjoy it. I'm a sucker for anything Imperial, and this one is no exception. So this is of course the box that the Imperial Assault Carrier comes in, and as you can see we do have the Star Wars Rebels packaging design to it. On the front of the box itself we do have some phenomenal artwork of the Assault Carrier in action with the TIE fighters flying around it. As you can see the Star Wars Rebels logo down in the bottom corner. And then as you can see there, just at the other side, the lineup of minifigures that are included. Now it's a little bit one-sided in terms of good guy to bad guy ratio, but being an Imperial Assault Carrier you would expect to receive more Imperials with it, and that's exactly what we get with this set. So on the reverse side we do have a rundown of some of the features that this one has. Again, this one is absolutely packed to the brim with play features, and again it's just a really fun set, so I highly recommend this one before I've even reviewed it. And as you can see you've also got that minifigure lineup again at the top, some more features and some very cool images on the back of the box. So that is the packaging that the Imperial Assault Carrier comes in. Now let's take a look at the set itself, and as always with these LEGO Star Wars reviews we will kick things off with the minifigures, and first up we do have this guy, the TIE Fighter Pilot. Now we do actually get two of these guys with the set. They are both the same figure, and the other one is packed away inside the Assault Carrier itself, so you'll get a look at him in just a little bit. But as you can see, these TIE pilots do have the animated Stormtrooper faceplate, which again is a very cool design. You've got the Imperial cog emblems on the top of the helmet, some really cool printed decals there on the torso, and of course a blaster pistol to fight off Rebel scum. Underneath the helmet we do get the now predictable clone angry face. This just seems to be the head that they just throw on all of the Imperial, Republic and First Order Trooper figures. Not a major issue for me personally, you know. Most of these figures are covered up by helmets, so what's underneath doesn't really matter to me. And again, this figure looks phenomenal, so really can't wait to show you the other one. As I said, he is in action inside the Assault Carrier itself. So very cool pilots to be included with this one. Next up we do have an Imperial Officer. This is a very cool figure as well. Very similar to the one that was included with the Inquisitor's TIE Fighter. As you can see he's got the tanned Imperial Officer uniform with the very cool cap. A nice facial print there. And of course the uniform printed on the torso with the rank badge, belt and panels. And also the rank cylinders there in the pockets. Also get a blaster pistol with this guy, once again to fight off the Rebels. And again, it's a very cool figure to add to the Imperial ranks. So that's the Imperial Officer. Next up we have perhaps one of my favourite characters from the Star Wars Rebels series, and that is this guy, Agent Kallus of the Imperial Security Bureau. Again, awesome figure. Very similar to the one that was included with LEGO's ATDB Walker, which I've previously reviewed for you. You can check that out on screen as I wave around my magic hands. It should pop up for you to check out. The only differences between this figure and the one included with the ATDP Walker are the fact that this figure doesn't feature the helmet. Instead we have a hairpiece, which does look very, very cool. He's almost got a saber-tooth look to him from the X-Men movies. Definitely can imagine this guy being played in a live action series by Liev Schreiber, especially with those mutton chops going on. Very cool design indeed. Really love the character though. Again, Kallus is one of my favourite characters from Rebels itself, and the minifigure is no exception. You've got this really cool armour print on the torso with the rank badge as well, and on the reverse side you do have those panels for the blaster to attach to. Sadly they don't do that, but if you've got a spare clip lying around that you can hook over the head, there's no reason why you can't modify this figure to attach the blaster to the back. Obviously, because we don't have the helmet, the hairpiece covers up the reversible print on the head. On one side we have a very sinister smile, and if we flip the hair around, on the other side we've got a much more stern and concerned expression. He also comes with his trademark blaster rifle, which is an elongated design. As you can see, it's a lightsaber hilt that connects two blaster rifles together. Creates an interesting look, very similar to the one included with the Zeb Aurelius, but it does the job and looks very cool. So no qualms with this figure at all. Very nice to see it, and it's a very cool variant over the previous release. So speaking of very cool variants, you know, amongst the Imperial onslaught that we have in this set, we do get one rebel, and that is of course this one, Sabine Wren, the famous Mandalorian. A very cool character once again. On the rebel side of things, I think Sabine and Kanan are definitely my favourite characters, and it's really nice to see this version of Sabine as we finally get that very cool Mandalorian helmet. As you can see, the design of that is very similar to Bo-Katan from Star Wars The Clone Wars. Obviously done up in different colours, but the design of the faceplate is very reminiscent. As you can see, you've got those really cool decals on the top of the visor. You've got the posable rangefinder at the side, and some really nice prints on the torso. You've got that Mandalorian armour going on, and the Rebel logo on the breastplate. As you can see, she does come with two very cool Mandalorian blaster pistols. She also has some nice printing on the legs, and the helmet itself can be removed to expose a double printed head. On one side we have a fairly neutral, calm expression, and then the other side, Sabine means business. With this figure we also get an interchangeable hairpiece, so if you don't want to display this figure with the helmet, you can display her with her regular hair. Now it is a shame that Kallus in this set doesn't come with a spare helmet, so you can swap out his look, but I suppose that's the selling point of the set, that makes you buy two to get different figures. So there you go, that is Sabine with the hair, and Sabine with the very cool Mandalorian helmet. This figure was previously released with Ezra's speeder bike from Star Wars Rebels, although it didn't come with the helmet. So that's a very cool reason to pick up this set. And the final figure that we have in the Imperial Assault Carrier is perhaps my favourite, as it is so unique, and it is this one, this Imperial Astromech Droid. Not entirely sure on the number or designation of this one, but I just absolutely love the overall look of it. I can't remember ever seeing it in the show. It may have been a blink and you'll miss it type of character, or maybe it's just a Lego's own creation. I'm really not 100% sure. But again, I just love the design of this one. As you can see, the torso prints on the droid are fairly unique, very different to what we've seen previously. Got those really cool silver highlights on the top. But as you can see as well, the dome is actually translucent with some really nice prints around the edges. You've got these really fine red details, the silver eye at the front there, and they just complement this translucent dome really, really well. And again, they create a really stunning and unique look for this droid, so I'm more than impressed with this figure. And in many ways, it's one of the sole reasons, if you're an Astromech collector like myself, to pick up this set. It looks superb, and I'm really, really impressed with it. So, all due respect to Agent Kallus and Sabine, but you know, this Astromech Droid easily steals the show with regards to minifigures in this set. So very impressed with that one. Really cool indeed. So those are the minifigures. Now let's take a look at the Imperial Assault Carrier itself. Now, as I said when I was giving you a look at the box for this set, this is by far one of the most fun LEGO sets that I've put together in recent memory. The amount of play features that are included with this one, just the overall look of the design of the ship, it's just an awesome set and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's fantastic. I'm an absolute sucker for anything Imperial, so the assault carrier is no exception, and I just love the way that LEGO have put this design together. It's a really cool set. So we'll talk about some of those play features first up, and we'll start around the back of the ship. Now, as you can see, you do have this engine that sort of sticks out amongst the rest, and this actually doubles as a gear shift or a gear switch. As you can see, if you rotate that engine piece, the flick fire or stud firing cannons on the top and bottom of the assault carrier do rotate in stereo, which is a really cool function, and it looks very, very nice. I'm a huge fan of these stud firing cannons. I think the translucent studs really add a nice bit of colour and depth to the designs of the vehicles, and I just love that function. I think it's great. It's a nice way of being able to rotate those cannons without having to do each one individually, and again, it just creates a really nice look for the vehicle, and again, a very nice play feature as well. You do have the triggers on the top, of course, which you just press down to release the studs, and either side of those, or either side of that engine rather, we do have some more flick fire missiles, which you'll see on the wingtips, just there and just there. Just flick those out, they will fire. You've got some translucent blue pieces for the engines, which look really nice, and also next to those we do have some switches that release the TIE fighters below the vehicle. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether I've put this one together incorrectly, as I'm almost certain that both of these switches should function, although I've only been able to get one to work. This one on my left hand side, if you press that in, then the TIE fighters can be released from their docks below. So as I'll try and demonstrate that as best I can for you. There you go, that's one. And we'll do the one on the other side. I'll just lift the bottom of the vehicle up a little bit so you can see that better. Again, press the switch inside, and as you can see, this little carrier just below actually releases, and then the TIE fighters will drop. Now, I'm almost certain that the other switches at the side should release the TIE fighters at the front, although as I mentioned, I may have assembled this one incorrectly that's prevented that from working. I'm not 100% sure. So if anyone can let me know on that one, that would be awesome. Now, what I really like about these TIE fighters is that despite being horrifically underscaled, it gives the set a sort of double purpose. Not only is it scaled to minifigures so that you can put them inside and play around with it as you would a normal LEGO set, but it functions as a really nice display piece. So similar to the Ultimate Collector Series sets, you know, these TIE fighters aren't to minifigure scale, but they look great as display pieces, so it doubles in that respect, which is really, really cool. Again, they are horrifically out of scale with the minifigures themselves. As you can see, the TIE Pilot is almost as big as the TIE Fighter itself, but these are put together really nicely using very few parts, and they're very reminiscent of the Microfighters range. So in that respect, you could also use this as a sort of Microfighters scaled vehicle if you wished. You know, if you play with your LEGO sets and you want to tie these in with some of your other toys, then that's a great way to do that. So I really do like these. Again, you get 4 of these little TIE fighters with the assault carrier, and they're just very cool. Really nice to be included, and really nicely put together as well. So those are the TIE fighters. Moving on to the rest of the vehicle as we make our way towards the front. As you can see, we do have some opening hatches on either side, which just open up like so, and as you'll see inside that hatch we do have a tray which functions as storage for additional flick fire missiles. So that's always good. Nice to have little play features like that incorporated into these sets. Storage areas are always a plus in my book because I just lose all these pieces otherwise, so it's really nice to have that, and it's easily hidden inside the assault carrier itself, so really, really cool in that respect. And then as we get right to the very front of the assault carrier, we do of course have the opening cockpit. Now again, this thing is horrifically underscaled. You should be able to fit a bloody Legion in there or something, but instead we can only fit the one minifigure. As you can see, there is a seating area just at the front with a control stick And you can just put, for example, an Imperial Officer at the front there and have him flying the vehicle around. So very nice. Again, really nicely put together set, really nice design. And there's some more features in the centre section. So let's talk about some of those. As you can see, first and foremost, we do have a movable radar dish or laser, depending on what you want to use that as. And then we also have a carry handle. So as you can see, this piece of Technic just lifts up out of the sort of canopy at the centre section, and you can use that to carry the assault carrier around like so. So instead of having to hold it underneath and, you know, knock some of those TIE fighters out of their docks, it just operates like that, and you can carry the thing around, which is really cool. So that just drops back down like so, and then as you can see, these panels on the side are on hinges, although it's much easier to access the interior by just lifting the whole piece out like so. And inside that does expose the control room of the assault carrier. So as you can see, you've got two seating areas there for minifigures. As I mentioned earlier in the review, there's the other TIE pilot just chilling out, operating some of the controls, but then you've got seating areas there where you can add other figures if you wish. Some really cool sticker details on there as well. And as you can see, some storage for weapons just at the front. So very nice indeed. Just below that seating area, we do have some storage areas as well, which, as you can see, open up like so to expose some cargo containers underneath. Now I've actually removed one of these already, just to give you an easier look at it. So if we pop the assault carrier down for a second, as you can see, we do get these small containers with the Imperial logo on the top, and inside are some spare studs for the cannons on top. So very, very cool storage solution for those. Again, I love the storage containers that LEGO incorporate into their sets. It's a great way of storing all those loose and spare pieces, and it just provides a much more practical solution in terms of display and storage. So very impressed with that. And then of course you can proceed then to replace the rest of the vehicle, and voila, you have one very cool Imperial assault carrier. So I do believe that that is all of the play features addressed with this one. Again, awesome set, really love all the play features that this one has. It's a very fun build, and once it's all put together, you know, you're going to have hours of fun with this one. So I highly recommend it. Very cool set indeed. Once again, set number 75106. And if you want to add this one to your Star Wars collection, be sure to do so via the link in the video description, which will take you to BRICKMARKETPLACE.com. So thank you for watching this review, guys, and until my next review, as always, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.